Hello, Douala. Hello, Cameroon. Hello, Africa. Hello, Nigeria. And hello, world. You are welcome to the 40 Streams Conference here in Douala, Bonanjo, and La Falaise. Beautiful people, it's going to be an amazing day. This is the 40 Streams Conference and the launching of Lenoflix affiliate program in Cameroon.
What you do not identify, you cannot confront. And what you don't confront, you cannot conquer. Cameroon.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, what they saying Luda's back. Blame it on that contour, the hood call it Luda yak. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like strippers' booties go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million virgins. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low, head on a swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I play Rolls Royce, yellow bone.
We learn, we earn, and we flex.
Tell Kelly, back it up, my niggas call me loco. Down for armed trafficking, don't make me pull that fofo. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money.
Amazing. Welcome to Family Meeting. This is going to be the 7th episode. I'm so excited to have you here. And yeah, don't worry. We're going to be plenty very soon. At least others are going to see this replay. So today I decided to go the Igbo way. A lot of people do not know that I actually have a 25% Igbo blood on me. So, your grandparents, you have 4 grandparents, your grandpa and grandma on the father's side, your grandpa and grandma on the mother's side. So my grandma on the mother's side is from Enugu. So maybe a little bit why I behave like the Igbo people a little bit, But the other 3 are Edo, just Edo. It's interesting. And if you do not know about Nigerian culture, don't worry, you'll get a hang of it later on. So tonight we have a long way to go. And I want to be as fast as possible today because I have a couple of other meetings after family meeting to attend to, and I want us to get off quickly. But I want to give you so much benefit and so much information within a short period that it will blow your mind. All right. So today is one of the sweetest classes that I love. And that's what we're going to be having today. Is going to be really, really cool and incredible. Meanwhile, for LAP members, especially the old members, either investors or old affiliates, we are going to be releasing news this week, some big news this week. So please stay tuned across all the platforms, either on the new groups or the old groups. We're going to be letting you know what that is going to entail. So, all right. I want to welcome everybody once again. Either you are on Zoom or you are on YouTube watching me. So before I go right into today's class, let me do a little bit of recap of what we have been able to do. Now, please realize that we're on a 12-month journey of the family meeting. So there's going to be about 52 episodes where I'm going to be taking you through all the things you need to have in place for you to be able to build an income online worth $10,000. All right. I think I created something that I want to show you. So yeah, I think this will be it. All right. So I call this building your 10,000 MRR online business. So how to build your $10,000 online business monthly recurring revenue. All right, so this means monthly recurring revenue online business. So that's exactly what we are going to be talking about. It's the series, the title of the series, $10,000 income. Now remember, those who are at the beginning, I mentioned that it does not have to be just $10,000. It could be 100,000, it could be whatever, depending on your level. But for an average person who is at almost zero or probably at zero right now, if you follow this series all through and you implement everything that I'm teaching you every week at the family meeting, you will get to this level in the next 1 year. All right. So that is what we want to do. And we started by discussing the mindsets. All right, the $10,000 income mindset. I talked about your why do you want to make $10,000. Find a way to write those reasons and ask a second level why. So first level, why do I want $10,000? Oh, I want to pay my bills. Second level, why do you want to pay your bills? So find a way to write all those things down, and those things become the anchor that pushes you, that pulls you, that makes you wake up even when you want to sleep, that makes you do extra, when everyone else is not doing anything. All right. So we talked about that. And then we talked about your niche. Now you want $10,000. Where is it going to come from? Who are the people who have your money, your $10,000 in their pocket, that they are going to bring it to you? And on the third week, we talked about the personal branding 101. All right. Your digital identity. Who are you exactly? What value do you have to give these people in exchange for your money that is in their pockets? It's important. And on the fourth week, we talked about your digital hub. I showed you how to set up your own website. You need a place where they can meet you. It's very important. And on week 5, we talked about crafting engaging content. I showed you a style of content strategy using the hook, story, offer strategy. All right, and we came up with some very beautiful content style that particular day. And then last week, we talked about SEO. All right, how to do SEO so that you can become easy to find when they search you on Google. Your business can be easy to find, your personal brand can be easy to find, and that's what we talked about. So today we're going to be taking it a step further. All right, so like you can see on the screen, how do you build your $10,000 monthly recurring revenue online business? All right, so what you have to do is to focus on building what we call your 7-11-6. 7-11-6. And I'm going to explain this in a jiffy. But before then, let me quickly talk about this research that was done by Google. All right, they contain the biggest data about all of us because they track everything, and they also bought data from every other platform that you and I have given our information to, how we behave. These days, you're just talking to somebody about, let's say, jollof rice, for example, and you pick up your phone immediately, and when you go on social media, you start to see advert about jollof rice. Has it happened to anybody before? Put in a comment. Yeah, is that crazy? All right, is that crazy? Because they are listening, they understand how you behave, they understand what you do, what you buy, what you don't buy, what you look at, what you don't look at. Some years ago, there was a technology that was released for billboards, all right, where there is a camera. Before AI became a mainstream thing, by the way. So there are this algorithm where they have this camera attached to a billboard, and the camera is checking how many people looked at the billboard, how long did they look at the billboard. So it's tracking all the activities of the people who are engaging on the billboard. That is incredible. Now, that was years ago. How much more today? How much more on the online space? So it's quite a very interesting thing that is happening in our world today. So Google discovered that people who buy things online or who patronize any business online must have gone through about 7 hours of that business content. All right, 7 hours worth of content from that business, 11 different touch points. So before they make the buying decision, they go through up to 11 different touch points. All right, before they buy that. And then, of course, across 4 platforms. But I put 6 because I can't do it. Why not? So we have all these platforms, and this is going to be the bedrock of what we're going to be talking about today. All right. How do you craft content that really reaches the real people you're targeting across all of these platforms? Okay, so that is what we're going to be covering, and I'm going to be discussing 4 key things with you tonight. It's going to be a very interesting night. All right, the first one is the attention economy, which is the foundation of everything that we are doing online. All right, and the second one is the goal of the algorithm, the platform algorithm, what really is the goal. And then the third one, we're going to talk about the platform culture. We kind of touched a little bit about this last week, but we're going to go a little deeper into this. And then I'm going to give you content structure going forward. Now, all of these things, we're going to go to class on them, and we're going to have a lot of fun together. Are you ready? Yeah, if you can hear me, give me 111. Yeah, I want to be sure my sound is clear enough. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, so let's get right into it. Going to be going to class, and this will be it. Okay, fantastic. So let's start with the first one, the beginning. All right. This is very crucial. This is very important. We call it the attention economy. Now, what attention means is you are a business, you have a product or a service to sell, and you need people to buy this product or this service that you have to sell. So there is something you need in order to be able to sell enough product. You need awareness of the people that can buy your product or your service. Is that clear enough? So that's a very simple thing to understand. Now, for you to be able to sell what you have to sell, you need to be able to get the attention of the people who can buy. So in order to get the attention of the people who can buy, you have to create what we call campaign or marketing. All right. Now, marketing becomes the foundation of all the things you need to do. And everything around marketing is tied to your ability to get attention. You can be doing marketing activities, All right. Excuse me. But if you are not getting attention, it's not going to pay off. There are just a few things that businesses need. The first thing that a business need, all right, is sales. They want a stranger to buy what they are selling. All right. The second thing a business needs is what we call repeat business. Repeat business. So repeat business is they want the people who bought the thing the first time to buy again. All right. Now, you need to understand that sales or direct response sales, or whatever name they call it, is different from repeat business. It's the same process of buying my product or my service, but it's very different because it costs you money to make your first sales to a stranger. Somebody buying your product for the first time costs you money, costs you effort, costs you a lot of things. It also costs the customer who is buying the thing a whole lot of decision making. All right. But repeat business is very different. Repeat business costs you nothing on marketing. You don't have to market the person because they already bought from you. So all they are doing is to buy again. It might not be the same product. It could be a different product, especially if you have like different product that you're selling. But you're not spending any marketing dollar to get repeat business. So repeat business is like a very sweet addition. All right. It's a very sweet spot for businesses to be. All right. There's a third one that they also call upsells. Upsells. Now, upsell is the model of McDonald's. All right. McDonald's is spending a lot of advertising money, just to be at people's faces and everything. But most of the stuff that they bought are about $1. They're very cheap. But what they do is they find a way to stack other products together so that people who are buying maybe $1 this thing will buy fries, will buy burger, will buy drink, will buy. So by the time they are done, an average person is spending maybe $20 on them. So that way they have been able to sell more products that they did not advertise to the same people that are buying their first product. So everybody comes in through the first purchase, the sales. But the moment they get them through the door, the business now gets to sell more things to the same set of people. All right. So this is very important. Now, in order to be able to get upsell and repeat business, most of the time, there is a fourth one, which is very important. It's called branding. So the business wants to be associated with a pleasant memory in the mind of the people who are buying from them or the people who are yet to buy from them. Please, do you understand what I just said? The business wants to, all right, be associated with a pleasant memory, all right, in the mind of the people who are either buying from them already or are yet to buy from them. They don't just want to show up alone. They want to show up, and when people see them, when I mean them now, maybe their posts, maybe their billboard, maybe anything about them, all right, their logo, their name, once it comes up, they want it to be associated with something pleasant, all right? They want it to be associated with something pleasant. So that is the major purpose of branding when we're talking about branding. So they want to enhance their brand so that people who bought before can buy again. It's very important. They want people who bought before to be able to buy again. They want people who have not bought to also come and buy. Now, part of the benefit of this is the people who bought before, once the brand ratings start to go up, they feel proud to tell other people about it. They feel proud to tell other people about it. Do you know that this brand, all right, that's what we call it in Nigeria, does not need to advertise itself to Nigerians because the people who thought they have made it in life in Nigeria become the billboard for this brand by themselves. They are the ones who will go and announce it and post it on blogs on everywhere that just got me a Lambo. Lamborghini does not need to come and advertise in Nigeria and try to, we are Lamborghini, come and buy from. No. And every person that buys a Lambo believes they have made it in life, and therefore they need to rub it on everybody else's face so that those people can now say, one day I will make it, so I will buy Lambo. You see what's happening? So people are now interested in buying that product because their faves, all right, are marketing that product for them automatically. So your business wants to get to that level in order to get all of these things done. I'm going somewhere with this. This is not actually what we are teaching today, but so that becomes the key focus of the business. All right. So, of course, the fifth thing that business wants to do is market share. Market share. Now, all of this does not happen without their ability to get attention. Hence, the most valuable commodity any business can get is this: attention. So we live in an attention economy. So businesses will pay a lot of money just to get attention. Now, there is this thing called trade fair. How many of you know trade fair? All right. Why is a trade fair something good? Why do people attend trade fair? Why do merchants go to sell at trade fair? And why do people go to buy at trade fair? Anybody? Fantastic. Fantastic. Because things are cheaper at trade fair, but the merchants go to trade fair because of attention. And a lot of people do not know that people who are smart enough at trade fair bring down their price, not really because they are going to make a lot of profit at the trade fair, but because they are using the trade fair as an awareness tool to get attention to what they do, and people can come and patronize them later. Some of the biggest deals that happen at trade fair is not what people can buy right there. It is the other layer of businesses they will do later together. That is where the biggest win is. So the biggest thing about trade fair is attention. The fact that crowds are going to be there. So people go there just to network. A lot of people go to trade fair. They are not merchants, registered merchant. They are not selling anything, but they just want to go there and network. Yeah, that's another one. You go to trade fair and network, or you go to places where crowd gather, and then you network. Today is Sunday. Some of you went to church. The question is, how many new people did you meet in that your church? Especially those who are go to mega churches where people are rich in your church, and it's not like what I'm talking about. So your next breakthrough, the biggest deal that you could have, all right, is actually could come from a member of your church that you have not yet met. So why don't you make it a habit that every time you go to church, you dress your best, you go worship God, praise God, you fellowship, you do all of these things. When you're done, make it a duty to connect with at least 2 to 10 people after service. Just connect with them. They may not be able to buy anything from you. They may not even be the one that will buy something from you later. They might just be the connector that will bring somebody that will buy something from you. So a woman is attending your church. The husband is a top business person that can make decisions on things that you want to do business on. But the husband doesn't attend your church. But you now met the woman, and then you network with the woman. And one day the woman sees maybe on your status or something you post, and then shares it with her husband. And the husband came and do a business of 1 billion, 100 billion with you. You couldn't see that from the beginning. But that would not have happened if you never connect with that woman. So sometimes the people we network with might not be the ones who bring the business directly. They might be the connector for the business. Why? Because between you and anyone on earth that you want to meet, there are 4 people. All right. So how you treat the first person would determine if you ever meet the second person, and then the third person, then the fourth person who is the person you want to meet. So that's how these things work. And it's very important that we get that correctly. So crowd is currency. Crowd is currency. Now, so when we're talking about the attention economy, what does it mean? It means that money follows the crowd. Money follows the crowd. There's this event that happens every year in the US. It's called the Super Bowl. All right. It's a rugby final match kind of every year. They get over 100 million people watch it live. If you want anything to go viral in the US, go to the Super Bowl. Temu became popular because they spent money placing their ads at the Super Bowl. So they are the cream de la cream of ads. All right. That's adverts. They compete every year, and people actually analyze the best ad for the Super Bowl this year. I don't think there's any Super Bowl ads that cost less than $7 million. If you put that in naira, that's billions of naira. I don't think there's some of them cost as high as $30 million, $40 million, $50 million, because the actors inside the ad sometimes collect $2 million, $3 million, $1 million in some cases. And then the amount they will pay the Super Bowl to place their ad, boom, blows your mind. So why do they do that? They do that because there is 100 million people that are waiting to see their ad, the number of eyeballs. And this is not 100 million Nigerians or Ghanaians are not even reach 100 million. It's Americans who buy a lot. They buy. They are the number one consumer in the world because they have a lot of credit, so they can buy things. That is why people who do what you do in America are 10 times, 100 times richer than you. One small boy will just do one checking it, something like this. People will be paying him $10,000 a piece. Bring that same thing to Nigeria and try to even charge $100. People will tell you stories of your father, or why you are a ripoff, or why you are a scammer, or why whatever. $100. Whereas another person, maybe their own is not even as touche as yours. They are charging $10,000 for it, and people are paying. So because of the kind of economy that they have in America. So imagine now being able to present something to 100,000 of those people. How God punish the devil. So that is what we're talking about. Anywhere you see attention, you see crowd, people gather in their numbers, money follows that thing. And ladies and gentlemen, where is crowd today? Let's do a little bit of research. I didn't think about this before, but I just wanted us to look at it. So let's look at this. I want to ask ChatGPT, how many people are actively on social media platforms, on the top 6 social media platform on a monthly basis? I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, X, all right, and YouTube. Like, how many users do they get on an average on a monthly basis? So I want you to give me each of the platforms and the number of recurring users that come, and then add everything together in total. We want to check it versus the number of people on earth. So you see what I'm doing here? I hope this works. So hey, it did not work. So I'm going to do it again anyway, in case it doesn't give me. So the way I do my prompting thing, I don't know. It's just interesting. Flow is processing your last script. Okay, it's still processing my stuff. I don't know why it's doing that, and it gives me a lot of a lot of trouble sometimes. I hope it brings it up. If it doesn't bring it up, just let me record another one. All right. Are you enjoying this class? If you're enjoying this class, please type value. Type value for me. So let me just work with this directly. Let me refresh this first just to be sure that we are going to be good. Okay. So I think my internet is a little bit slow. I hope you're able to hear me. If you can hear me well, give me 111. Oh my goodness. This is not godly. Okay, so I think it's back. So I want to know the total number of visitors on the top 6 social media platforms and YouTube on a monthly basis. What's the total number of monthly users? And I wanted to add it all together. So I'm talking Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. All right, those 6. I want you to give it to me. Because versus the total number of people that are on planet. So I just want to see how many monthly users these platforms are having. So I've reprompted it. Okay. So, all right. So this is good. So let's rock this. I'm going to run it and then it's going to search the internet and just give us the number. So, all right. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. On Facebook, we have 3 billion people gather. You see what I'm saying? 3 billion people gather on Facebook as of June 2025. On YouTube, 2.7 billion. My God. As of January 2024. All right. Instagram, 2 billion monthly recurrent users. So people that come back every month. All right. On TikTok is between 1.5 to 1.8 billion recurrent user. Twitter has over 600 million recurrent users, and LinkedIn has about 922 million. So you see all this number, when you put it together, there's a total of over 10 billion active user. Now, these users we don't have up to 10 billion people on earth, but we have up to 10 billion monthly active users across all the platforms. So it means that you can actually touch people. All right. You can actually touch people up to 10 billion times in 1 month on this platform. So if we are taking like an average, okay, let me take this further. Let me prompt this. So how many unique human do you think are active on the internet on these platforms so far? So that's what I want to do. I want it to just give us a number so that we'll be able to get our stuff together. Can you imagine? So there is a lot of power on the internet because that is where the attention is right now. So remember, we are in the attention economy. Okay, this thing is going to do a lot of calculation, but let me just keep on teaching. Hopefully it comes back and bring what we ask it. All right. So money follows attention, and that's the key important thing that I am mentioning. All right. Money follow attention. So you and I, our job online is our ability to be able to get attention. The more attentions we can get, the more money we'll be able to make. All right. And this is why all of these platforms on social media were built. Why do we not pay for platforms on social media? Why are they free? All right. Some people say they are free because we are the product. Yeah, that's cool. They are free because we are the product. But the reason is our attention is the product. It's not we in that context. Our attention are the product. And who are they selling this our attention for? They're selling it to businesses. But they are not just selling attention, they are also selling data. And what do we mean by data? They are selling what we call interests. Interests. What are you interested in? What am I interested in? any platform that has data about our interests can now position product, service, action, different things to target us based on that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think they've given us an answer. We have 5.4 billion people on social media monthly. 5.4 billion people. So out of 8 billion people, we have 5.4 billion people are active in a place. So if you are not yet doing social media, you are deceiving yourself. Whatever the business it is that you are doing, if you're not yet doing social media, you're deceiving yourself. So that is where the attention is. That is where the power is. So attention economy is the real economy. All right. Even in politics, you win by popular votes. So it's the one that gets more attention that actually wins. It's not like the best person, but it's the one that gets the most. Except in some countries, it's the one that people that their neck is very tall. It's the one that they declare that wins. All right. So that's attention economy, which is the first thing that we're going to be talking about tonight. All right. Now, let me now take you to the next thing. Okay. So we talked about attention economy. You know what that means. Now we're going to talk about the goal of the algorithm. So a lot of times people have talked about social media algorithm this, algorithm that, algorithm this, algorithm that. What does that really mean? Okay. The way the social media platforms are built, it is to do this. This is the social media. All right. This is you. All right. And these are businesses. Let me just put it BUSS. These businesses, they need you to buy from them. Social media created something that made you attracted. So you spend, let's say, 2 hours of your time per day on social media. Why? Because you are socializing. Social media. You're connecting, you're socializing. Yes. Now, this social media platform wants to make money because it takes money to run the platform, to create it and run it and pay staff and do server and every other thing. It costs money. But they didn't want to charge you. So what did they do? They reach out to businesses and say, do you know you can sell your product to you? All you need to do is to pay us some dollar and we will show you to these people over and over. And these people will buy product from you. And this business say, you can even track it. We can show you the people who are really interested in your business are the people that will see your offer and everything. The business say, yes, I like that. I like that. So for every dollar that you give to us, we will give you $3 back. The business said, you don't mean it. The platform say, yes, that is what we do. That is what we do. We'll give you $3 back for every dollar you give to us. Are you serious? So businesses started pumping money into social media ads. That's why you and I do Facebook ads. We pump it. Facebook keep on giving these people, which is you and I, a lot of value. But Facebook is a company. They cannot create the value that attracts you and I to them alone. So they had to create what we call a creator system. So this creator system now encourages ordinary people like you and I who are not owners. When I mean ordinary, I mean people who are not the owner of social media platform, all right, to create content that attract more people to the platform. So there is a guy called Mark. All right. Mark is a comedian. He can crack jokes. So, but Mark is not a big comedian. Nobody is giving him shows and everything. So Facebook now tells Mark that, you can be making comedy video and be posting it on Facebook. So Mark said, what do I have to lose? He now start making comedy videos and posting them on Facebook. Now Facebook start to make the videos of Mark go what they call viral by showing it to 1 million people every time Mark posts. Mark is now satisfied, is happy that 1 million people are viewing him, is getting popularity, is being known. All right. Now, Facebook now says, Mr. Biggs, would you like to advertise on Facebook? There are 1 million people that are watching Mark's comedy video that we can be showing your advert to. Facebook now say, oh, that's nice. I will pay you $10,000 every month to show me to these 1 million people. Facebook now say, good. For these 1 million people to keep coming, we need to encourage Mark to do more comedy video. So out of this $10,000 that they are collecting from Mr. Biggs, Facebook will now give Mark $5,000 inside. And say every time you make a video that is good, that reaches 1 million people, will give you $5,000. Mark now went crazy. $5,000 only me. Oh my God, for what I like to do for free. He now keep pumping more videos. So Mark's video will go viral, provided it will make 1 million people stay and watch. The day Facebook pushes Mark's video to these people and they refuse to watch it, that day, Mark will not go anywhere anymore. He will not earn the money anymore. He will not have more views anymore. So algorithm is what I just explained to you. So the platform, which is social media, wants to make money. And for them to make money, they need people to stay on their platform. Let me write it. They need people to stay on their platform. For people to stay on their platform, people need to find good content. They need people to stay. And the only way they will stay is if they are good content. Because good content keeps people on their platform. So, what's the reward? If you want to go viral, which is more people to see your post must make people stay. If your post make people swipe, it will not go viral. Virality will not happen. But if it makes people stay, then you will go viral. Do you get it? So the way the algorithm works is make people stay. Let people watch more of your stuff. More people watch your stuff and comment on your stuff. Your content is a good content. If people are swiping it or ignoring it, or they're not watching it for long, they're not engaging with it, they're not commenting, they're not sharing, it means it's a bad content, no matter how important or how valuable what you are saying is. So good content and bad content is not about the value you are giving inside. It's the fact that is it getting attention. That is why some very funny people get their videos millions of views over and over and over. And you that you are teaching all the good things and eternal life in this life, nobody is watching your own. So this is very important. So it's not about the intrinsic value. It's about people they watch? Are people staying? If people are not staying, it will pass. You will not reach anywhere. But if people are staying, then you're going to be able to make more money. So that's the most important part of this entire thing called algorithm. So in order to grow on social media, you want to make sure that your content is making people to stay. All right. Now, something else had happened in the last few years that has changed social media. Before now, social media is all about the followers. All right. Your community, the people that are following you, that you are following, you see each other's content, and maybe the people that they are also following, you also see their own content. But now, it is no longer about that. It is now about what we call social media has now changed from social media to what we call interest media. You know, before now, when you're watching TV, you only watch the program that the TV is showing you. But these days with social media, you don't watch what the TV is showing you. Watch what you want to watch. That's what you see on YouTube or any platform. You are not watching what they are showing you. You're watching what you want to watch. So social media is tracking all of us to see what we pay attention to. Remember, attention, very important. That's why we're doing all of this. That's why they are doing what they are doing. That's why we are doing what we're doing. So, as a human being, whatever draws your attention is what they feed you more of. So, when I think, what can people be interested in? Now, an average person wants money, but they most of the time don't go to social media for money. They go to the wrong places for money or to have information about money, or they want to make money and stuff. Most people go to look for a job for money. All right. Most people go to school for money. You know what I mean? They go to school to get a degree so that they can make money. All right. They get a job so they can make more money. Unfortunately, YouTube is a better place to go than any school for money. YouTube is a better place to go than any job for money, because the quality and quantity of information on YouTube can turn anybody to a billionaire. Anybody, I mean it. If you can understand the language they are saying, all right, and then you can at least write down what they are saying. So basic read and write ability is all you need, all the education you need. Everything else is about you knowing the right things and know how to do and position for those right things. And part of the most important thing that you should get is the right mindset. Okay. Now, people are not viewing your how to make money education because they don't usually go on social media to get those things. Most people, some people like you and I, we are wiser. But a lot of people go on social media for this. Aha, you already know it. Entertainment. That's number one. Number two, gossip. Oh, what is happening, what is whatever. These are the two most important thing, or the highest ranking things that people go on the internet for. So if your content is about entertainment, there are different kinds of entertainment. So there's music, there's dance, there's comedy, there's drama, there's skits, there's all kinds. All of them are under entertainment. And then gossip, oh, the blogs, this one carry that. That's why someone like Tunde Ednut will have so many stuff, because they are hungry for things that are gossiping, that are telling people news, information, and stuff. Most powerful media were built on news. Almost every TV station have their news time. True of us. All right. So even though they are not necessarily news channel, they have their news time that they share their news and everything. So people always want information, gossip, news, and stuff. So if your channel or your platform is all about that, you're going to get a lot of view. Now, most people don't go for education, which is where most of us fall into. All right. Very few people go to the social media for education. That is why if your stuff is about education, you get less view. Now, people who are doing education that are getting a lot of views, like for example, a Proco doctor. I found one other doctor lady recently that is really bololoing my dad. I think her name is Adefunke. I don't know if anybody has seen that video. They mix education with entertainment. And because they mix education with entertainment, people call it edutainment. Edutainment. All right. They are now able to appeal to this audience, which is the largest audience on social. Out of those 5 billion, I'm sure 4.8 billion are entertainment driven. So the fact that you found a way to carry your educational content and put some bit of entertainment in it, bam, it began to resonate with them. All right. Lifestyle is also part of entertainment. Storytelling, everything. So you mix it with it and bam, it happens. People love it. So now more people are able to see your stuff because interest level is what determines who sees your stuff. So as you're going to be posting on social media because you want to get attention to yourself, because now organic content, which is the focus of what we're doing here, is replacing your need to run ads, because you can actually get a lot of attention to yourself through your organic content these days. You don't always need to run ads alone. Okay, but if you're going to get a lot of eyeballs and interest and people coming to you, your content must be in line with their interest. What are they interested in? Your content must be in line with it. All right. And this is very crucial. It's very important. And that's going to lead us to the third thing that I want to discuss today. Woo. I need to begin to rush. I actually want today's family meeting to be very short. Okay. So, the platform culture. All these platforms have different culture. So you have to find a way to make sure your content is serving two key things. Number one is serving the culture of that platform. Let's get to class. Is serving, number one, the culture. Number two, the right interest. All right. He's serving the culture, number one, and then he's serving the right interest. Okay. So people find videos and posts on social media today not because of their followers or who they are following. They find posts because of the interests that the platform believe that they have. As a matter of fact, there's a setting on Instagram where you can reset what the algorithm believes you want, so that it can start serving you new random things, and the ones you engage, it now serve you more of it. Okay, so now you, as a producer of content on these platforms, you want to do a research about the interest of what your target audience are really looking for, and you can actually check that based on you can use AI to check that. Let me see how far we can go with ChatGPT so that we can actually run a little bit of AI stuff today. Okay, so I want to kind of prompt this guy. So let me see if I can use this guy now. I want to check if you are working now. I want to see. Okay, he's working. Okay, so let's rock this. So I am a personal branding expert, and you know the people that I'm trying to focus on, my target audience. So I'm trying to reach people across the 6 major social media platforms, but I want to know what the culture of each of these platforms are. What are the top things that people actually focus on Facebook? What is the culture of Facebook? What is the culture of YouTube? What is the culture of Instagram? What is the culture of TikTok? What is the culture of LinkedIn? What is the culture of Twitter or X? So that I can use this information to craft my content, to make sure that when I'm making content for Facebook, it is actually in resonance with the culture of Facebook. So can you help me with that research to let me know what the culture of each of these platforms is? Fantastic. I'm taking shortcut of I'm taking I'm taking shortcut of AI. I don't know. This thing is taking longer than necessary. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know why it's like this. It's taking longer than necessary. Okay, so that is not going to work out. So I want to redo it directly. So there are about 6 social media platforms that I listed for you earlier. I want to know what is the culture of each of these platforms so that while I'm creating my content, trying to reach people who want to build their personal brand, I'm able to make Facebook content to be in line with the culture of Facebook, YouTube to be in line with the culture of YouTube. What is the culture of each of these platforms? Can you give me in like a deep details of what this stands for? Okay, so I'm doing the prompting directly again. Let's see if this one will pick. Okay, so I think this one picks. So let me run it. And I'm going to come back to this. Okay, it's already giving it to me. Okay, so Facebook culture is like community living room. So let's run it one by one. So Facebook, the community living room, the core culture, people favor connection first. People are here to update for update from friends, family, communities, interest group. Longer conversation comments are often longer and more personal than other platform. Group driven engagements, niche group Facebook groups are often more valuable than public posts for building trust. So the tone and style that works: relatable storytelling, conversational with open-ended questions that spark dialogue, visual that feel authentic. And they are also very gullible on Facebook, by the way. So use long form caption plus storytelling hook. All right. So let's go for Instagram. Instagram is a digital lifestyle magazine. That is what that platform is about. So digital lifestyle magazine. So lifestyle posts. That is what really works the most on Instagram. So let's look at the core culture: aspirational plus relatable. So it's about showing your best life while sprinkling authenticity. So people just want to show on Instagram. So you have to show that you are there too. Life is fun for you. Life is good for you. So that is what Instagram favors, and it's very key that you understand that. Now, aesthetics matter on Instagram. So packaging. So your visuals carry as much weight as the message. So it's not just about the message of what you're saying, it's also about what people are seeing. What does it look like? All right. And it's also a trendy platform, fast moving. So reels, carousel stories dominate. All right. The tone and style that work is bold hook in the first 3 seconds for your reels. All right. So we're making content, is giving like a bit of advice on how to do this. All right. The next one is branded, cohesive visual, color palette, font, everything needs to be well arranged. Very, very interesting. So content sweet spots, reels with high retention, before and after transformation. It's all about showing lifestyle and everything. Carousel swipe to learn, posts, stories for all of this. Now, the entertainment hub. They say TikTok is the entertainment town square. Oh my goodness. So the core culture here is entertainment first. This is why entertainment content thrives more on TikTok. Value is next. So you have to find a way to blend it. So when you do blend of education and entertainment, which we call edutainment, you would do very well on TikTok. Okay, if it's not entertaining, it won't survive. Now, it's also a platform for trends, native trends, music, effects, editing style, all of these trends. If your content is about trends, or you can find a way to put trends in your content, you're going to do very well on TikTok. All right. And it's also personality driven. Authenticity beats perfection. So TikTok doesn't need perfection like Instagram. The difference between the two platforms: Instagram, perfect, 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 well edited, everything packaged. But TikTok is not really about all of that. Okay. So the tone and style that work is high energy, quick cuts, everything fast, fast, fast. It's fast food. It's a fast food platform. Relatable humor, even for serious topic. Strong pattern interrupts every 2 to 3 seconds. So it's sharp, 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 sharp. Something cool, something big. All right. Short educational micro lessons, POV storytelling, duet stitches, responding to other creators. Okay, so you can actually quote other people's video, like reaction video. All right. If you're going to do educational stuff, that will be very short. So these are the things that trend on that platform. Now, what about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is the professional conference. Professional, everything work. All right. Value plus credibility, insight, lessons, and professional growth, thought leadership. People want to hear you they want to hear your take on industry topic. All right. Respectful discourse. The tone is professional, but increasingly human. All right. So that's what LinkedIn stands for. So the tone and style that works on LinkedIn is where you share your experience and the lesson it taught you. So what are your professional experience while working with a client, while trying to achieve this, while trying to build that? This is what you learned, this is what happened to you, and these are the things you learned as lessons. So it becomes shareable. And a lot of other professionals begin to look at that. All right. And also know that you're on LinkedIn to connect with people who can do business with you. That is your goal. All right. So that is the important thing. So let's go to the next one, which is number 5, which is YouTube. YouTube is learning and entertainment library. But the cool thing about YouTube is that it's an intentional place. People often go there because they want to get an information on something. All right. So it's a learning place. It's like a school, but also has entertainment baked in because it's now positioning itself more like a TV. All right. So, what are the core culture? Searchable value. Most views come from search or suggested video. This is very important. This is why keyword optimization is the winning tickets on YouTube. You have to optimize for keyword search. You just have to optimize. All right. All right. And YouTube is also the depth over brevity. People prefer depth. Like, take your time, explain things, make it deep. All right. I'm starting a channel very soon where I'm going to be, every video you're going to see on that channel is going to be minimum 45 minutes long. It's deep teaching. I'm not targeting 1 million views, but I want that 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 views to be people who really, really understand the value that I'm teaching and can engage and also buy whatever it is that I'm selling. All right. So consistency wins on YouTube. The tone and style that work is expert but approachable delivery, clear narrative structure, the hook, the setup, the delivery, the call to action. This is already getting into the last part of today. All right. And then we have storytelling embedded in education. Very important. So let's go to Twitter. Number 6, which is the last one, is the Digital Debate Club. Yeah, fight. All right. So it's idea driven. People on Twitter are pretty smart. Not all of them, they are very, very funny people. All right. The real time commentary, polarization work. So controversy works on Twitter a lot. Just put something that Messi or Ronaldo, or Messi is better than Ronaldo, Ronaldo is better than Messi. That kind of thing works a lot on Twitter because it will keep trending. Everybody will put their takes and so it's very, very important that you understand that. So the tone and style that works are concise, high impact statements, yeah, threads for storytelling and deep dives, and they mix thought leadership with personality and wit. Your content sweet spot for here is all takes on trendy industry news. I talked about using trend, all right, to mix with your content last week. It's very important. Mini threads, behind the scene brand growth snippet in real time, quotes, and one liner that sparks shares. Very important. So most time when a quote comes to my head, I just open Twitter, boom, drop it there. That's where it works. So this is a quick cheat sheet. Let me minimize this a bit. All right. For Facebook, it's community driven. Instagram is lifestyle driven. TikTok is entertainment. LinkedIn is authority. You can do a screenshot of this. All right. YouTube is education. Twitter is ideas. So these are the platform culture for all of these platforms. Have you screenshotted? What else they put? Okay. So that's all that it has given. That's all. So the final thing for today is going to be the content structure. Yeah, it's been an interesting time. I've been rushing. All right, it's content structure. So the content that you're making, I just want to deal with the first parts actually. So let's get to class. It is very important. Your content structure must be number one, hook. This is the most important part of content these days. All right. Excuse me. Hook, attention grabber. This is why people will stop scrolling and look at your content. So hook involve the statements, let's call it vocal, what you say, the text, which is what text is showing on your hook, and then the visual, what you are doing. So these are the three types of hooks. Hook is the first 5 seconds of your video. The first 5 seconds of your video, it has to be something that grabs attention. Do you get it? The first 5 seconds of your video has to be something that grabs attention. So when you're making your video, this is where I'm going to stop for today's class, you have to think about these three things before you even shoot the video. After you have shot the video, you take your time to carefully plan these three things. How did you open the video? What are you going to say? We call them viral hooks. All right, there are different hook style. I think maybe next week I'm going to go a little deeper into that. And then the text is a form of what you're saying, but compressed in a short 3-line text. And the reason for this. Number one reason is it forces people to try to read it, so it keeps them on that video for at least the first 5 seconds. Number two, a lot of people are scrolling without sound, so they may not hear what you are saying first. But they will see the text that is showing on your frame, and that will make them stop scrolling. And then visual. Definitely, if it's a video, that's the first thing people see, the first frame. What exactly are you doing on that stuff? So people do talking head have now created a way to make it interesting. There's this young man that used fork or knife. He clip his mic on it and hold that fork or knife to start talking. Before you even hear anything he has to say, the fact that you saw that will make you say, what is this? And that is perfect. Now, I saw that young man grew his account. I think I first met him when he had maybe less than 20,000 followers. Now he's probably 600,000. I don't know. In about a year. Why? Because he follows the proper content structure. All right. So these three are very important. So the assignment that I'm going to give to you is to write a hook for your next video, which means what do you want to say in that video on the first frame of that video? That's the first 5 seconds. What's your opening line? Number two, what is the text that you're going to put on that video? Not the caption, or I'm not talking about the caption of what you're saying. I'm saying a text that will open the video. And then what exactly is that unusual thing you want to do or show in the first few frames of your video? The moment you learn how to plan this effectively, your videos will now get more view. All right. So these are the key things about your content that are very, very key that you need to have going forward. So I believe you have had fun. and we've learned something today. Next week, we're going to be going into email marketing, and this is going to be very interesting because we will need to talk about lead magnets, and I hope to be able to teach you a thing or two about lead magnets going forward. But for email marketing, I'm thinking if I should invite a guest. But I'll let you know. So I'm going to give you more information during the course of the week. Something big is coming. Yeah, and we're working behind the scene to make sure that it works. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being part of this meeting. Please, if you have questions, just send me a message. You all have my number. Send me a message, and I'm going to do my best to answer on anything that you need answer on. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week.
Behind every desire you admire are requisite action that you need to take in order for that desire to transpire. I want to say welcome, Accra, Ghana, to the 40 Streams Conference.
Here in the hall, you connect with great mentors. You get information that will make you relevant in your generation. And just the lack of this information can cost you another 10 years of frustration.
It's not a question of whether you can make money online. It's a question of what systems are you aware of that you can take advantage of to make money online.
So we are not looking at individuals that are just doing the thing. We are just looking at a crop of people who are banded together, seeing themselves as a team that is making a transgenerational change.
Until you take that decision and say, like the biblical character called Esther, if I perish, I perish. There won't be any change.
Most importantly, will you take action repeatedly? Because action is not enough. Taking repeated action is what creates results.
The key is what? Focus.
Please, ladies and gentlemen,
That's right.
with a standing ovation, we want to welcome into this hall,
That's right.
Mr. Kwame and Sam Harvard. Put your eyes together.
Becoming a millionaire or billionaire is not a function of age. It's not a function of your nationality. It's not a function of gender, and it's not even a function of your spirituality.
People are saving lives on the internet. People are changing their families' financial standings using the internet. If today we have mobile money and my 72-year-old mother can send and receive money, it should tell you what technology is.
If you want to influence and impact people and you want to be comfortable, you will never get to influence and impact anybody, ladies and gentlemen.